Ha. Ha ha. Watson, where is my water glass? I was supposed to have it a minute ago. I'm trying to read this book here. Wait, what's that? Oh, I got some. Oh, right. I got some guests here. Just a minute. Let me just put this book away. There we go. That's that's more like it. Testing. Yeah, testing. I know. How's it? Just role playing. I mean, I gotta have a clear throat, man. Plus, I'm looking at this thing while I'm testing. It looks like it's a little delayed. Yeah. It might be taking a little of its time trying to work through. Not too sure about that. And the mouth is moving. It's just while I'm talking, it's like it almost like it takes time to open up while I'm talking, which is a little weird. Could be a network thing. Could be a setup. I don't know. I have to troubleshoot and take a look at what's going on. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you just gotta take a look at what's going on. Like that's it. Hold on just a minute. Just a cock and pit minute. I'm trying to get this thing, this chat thing to. Yeah, just pop it right out of there. There we go. Maybe because of all these tabs. Let me see. I can close that one. Yeah, for some reason my chat thing over here is a little not on the screen in front of you. It's on my laptop itself, on my second monitor. It's like for some reason it's not showing anything. Yeah, it's kind of moving a little slow. It's moving very, very, very slow right now. Well, that's why I'm here testing everything. I want to make sure it's working fine and also trying to get it to the way I want it to. Well, you can feast your eyes on what's in front of you right now. So why is it when I pop this chat out, it doesn't even show anything? That's weird. Oh, is it working now? Yeah, is it working now? Let's see. It's kind of funny seeing how my mouth is moving on this thing while I'm and I talk a little bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Why is this so slow? Yeah, I'm experiencing some strange delays. I mean, if I need to, I will move to another spot in my home because that way I can get more in the Wi-Fi much more better. I have to try and test and see if I can get, maybe that might resolve it. Okay. I want to try something real quick. Just a sec. Okay. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, it still does that little delay thing. It's kind of weird. I might need to see if I because I'm doing wireless Wi-Fi, so that could be also the cause of the delay. So maybe if I go to a spot where I can put an Ethernet, have an Ethernet direct connection, maybe that might fix it up. You might hear some noise, so that's going to be the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do BRB, and I'm going to try that out. It'll be for a little bit, so let's give it a shot. First, let me make sure everything is set on my end here. Yeah, ain't that right, Morgana?
Get out there and explore.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and BRB and see if I can get that little tune up a bit. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. There's no other sound that's being picked up. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. 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 Testing 1 2 3. Okay. Okay. At least I got a few changes there. Okay. All right. My cat over here now trying to. Cat over here wants to try to join my investigation, huh, Kitty? Huh, Miss Jinx? You over here trying to join my investigation? Well, you just make sure you don't mess with my little mouser bot, okay? This is not a mouse you should be chasing. Are you clear on that, Miss Jinx? Okay. Anyway, yeah, mouser is one of my other service bots. I got 3 of them. Okay, so yeah. Reason why it's called mouser because of the shape of it is kind of like a, well, it's not only like the shape of it, it kind of reminds you of the face or head of a mouse. It's also the jet things remind you of whisker or ears of a mouse, and also it has a tendency to make some squeaks. Oh, I think it's a little defect in its programming or something. It it occasionally does beep or beep, however its sound is of a mouse. That'd be funny to have a little device that literally makes that sound. It'd be like it's cute but a little weird or odd at the same time. It's like my little futuristic drone thing is like a mouse. Kitty. The cord is not for bitey, okay? You don't bite cords, okay? All right. So, she probably chased the mouse. Pretty much found the mouser at like a desert place, some place somewhere out of town, and after solving a case, and I found it, and yeah, I found it, and apparently it well, it had seemed to be like out of it, like it was just dumped, and looked a bit ruined, a bit not too old, so fairly recent, or just like maybe it was there for some days ago or something. So, oh, there we go. Yay! I was like, when is this mouth gonna move exactly as my mouth is moving? It just took time to load up. Kitty, why are you jumping on the desk? Come on now. I told you, okay? You can't be jumping on the desk. The laptop area. You can't be doing that. Okay? You run the risk of damaging it. Stop it. Okay. I'm watching her. Oh, there you go. See, now she jumped right off. Don't worry, you can't see her, but yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So, brought her into, you see, I have a friend named Mr. Fix-It. Mr. Fix-It is a nice, good buddy of mine who knows how to fix Kitty. Kitty. What did I say about getting on the desk? Kitty. Nope. Nope. Off. Come on, kitty. Stop it. Okay. Look, are you hungry? You want some attention, kitty? Come on. Okay. Now, what I was saying before I was interrupted is my buddy, Mr. Fix-It up there. See, that's his number, 100 Fix-It. You just have to contact him, and he will fix anything for you. Anything. A lot of technology, a lot of different stuff. He might even help you fix your belt if you broke it, or clean your rug, or if it's really, really dirty over time. Yeah, he just seems to want to fix and clean everything. He's just that good. He's the one who helped me fix the little guy. And so now I have this mouser drone around me. Speaking of which, I actually have, let's see if this works. I mean, right now, it don't look like my stream elements is part of my channel, but it don't look like it's active. It's one of the things I noticed lately. It's like, a few occasions, my stream bot wouldn't even be active. So it's probably not active right about now, which is not good. It should be active, but it's acting like it's not active. So if it's not active, I can understand why nothing's about to happen. Let me see. Oh, it is active. Okay, good. Yeah, Mouser says, cloaked and collecting intel in the shadows. If something suspicious happens, I'll sniff it out. That's Mouser right there. You can make chat full screen. Really now? That's fascinating discovery. Yeah, it looks like my chat commands are working. Yay! So that's Mouser right there. I'm glad that's working. Today's clue, never ignore the quiet NPC. Sometimes the smallest details hide the biggest truths. The quiet NPC, be careful. Killer hidden in plain sight. Villain, they're everywhere. They're somewhere. I know. I watched too many hard-boiled detective films. Old school, man. Come on. I'm old school. Okay, so yeah, so it is. You can use chat in the full screen. Now that's something. Wait, hold on. What am I doing here? Put that book away. I had my reading time. Now it's chat time. All right, so where do I even begin? Well, okay. First off, yes. I know Hot Sale, you already know me, you know. I mean, if I happen to have any lurkers here or anything like that, because, you never know. I'm also recording this anyway. Yes, that's right. I am, username is XP Story Gamers. I am the detective. That's all about analyzing video games, story-driven, mostly story-driven games, and also playing and producing some nice quality content, gameplay-wise, of your favorite story-driven type games, especially if they're RPG-related. Most definitely. And speaking of RPG, you can already tell looking at the screen, you can see elements of games from RPGs that I've played. I mean, you could easily guess them. I mean, I don't even have to trivia you. Be like, oh yeah, what do you see? What do you see? You can probably tell me anyway, like which ones you see. But already you have the simple ones as like the weapon blades below me. You already see Cloud's Buster Sword. But I also found another souvenir, which you can see on my lower right side. Yes. I think that, is it the Phantom Blade? Is that what it's referred to as? It's the one, yeah, it's the weapon that the main character carries it. Yeah, I found this weapon somewhere. I was traveling in some strange palace dimension. I found this weapon laying about. Also, I found this card there. Appears to be something of a calling card or something. But this person must have some good taste, because I like the fact that the image has someone with a hat. Has a mask, flame, but it got a hat. Because I know I like wearing my hat. Special kind of hat. I got a hat. I got a hat. I got a hat. Hey, 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 hey. It's so funny seeing the PG like talking and then the mouth move like that. It's so hilarious. Well, I'm glad that my buddy wants me to. Was thinking if I can even rework his designs and he can pay me for it. So, yeah. So a lot of things I'll be sharing. I'm recording right now just to kind of see if there's anything important I will make in a video form from this stream. But yeah, you see the mysterious chat log. I don't know. It's like a strange screen. I just have it right here, and then I guess anybody can use it from anywhere at any time. It's kind of weird that way. I mean, you see like a key up there. I don't know whose that is. It's a key for something, so I'm wondering what it unlocks. You got my inspection time medal with those strange circular eye things on the side. And you got someone, I guess, named Goro that's apparently went missing. The last time I checked, I guess they went out. I guess there was sightings of what appears to be the person, but in like a pirate suit. I have to run some Vert investigation, see if we can go out and see and confirm that. Anyway, yeah, let's just say the swords down there are souvenirs. So, yeah, all about the RPG stuff and the orbs, the materia orbs, all that stuff. All right, so as the title says, yes, this is about my journey as a YouTube streamer. I said so many things about my life, but there's so much more about me that, some stuff I reveal and some stuff I haven't revealed. Sometimes it's like little by little. And then also my little detective thing that you see here. So what can I say? Because eventually I'll be sharing, I have to get my tablet eventually. So I'll be sharing a nice little concept drawing progress that I'm working on, because I pretty much took time to redesign and refashion Watson. So once so a little later I'll bring the image on again and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, I refashioned him and redesigned him a little bit more. Yeah, so I got new commands. Those are just a few. I'm trying to think of what the others were. I'm like, let me see. I'll have to change the number on that, because every time I enter that, it always gives me that. Activate my book. Yeah, book on, book off. Book off, book on. Okay. Let's see. What's the other one I did? Case file. I think that's the one. Should be showing info about what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Report is it's a command that is under construction. So yeah, the exclamation point with report, that's under construction. That will become available much, much later. There'll be a surprise later for that. Yeah, so what do I even want to do? Oh yeah, back to what I'm saying. Yeah, so I got like a lot of different commands. Eventually there's also timers that should be active eventually. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they should be active right about now because there's like 10 chat lines have been made. There's a certain number of chat lines that will activate timers. You'll eventually see them. Yeah. Let me see if this one works fine. Yeah, no spam or caps abuse. I mean, there is a time of celebrating with full caps. Well, let's see, spam or caps abuse. If someone were to, let's say, write a sentence where they use all caps, but they only did it once, I don't think it's a problem. So, the abuse would be, let's say, if they kept going to the point where it's just constant. It has to be so constant that I'm going to catch you and say, nope, you're using two caps too much. Stop it. Or you spam the same message over and over again. It's like, nope, can't do that here. But all my rules are in the description. Got like 10 rules now. A little bit more clarified, actually. They're not really bad rules, really. They're just basics. Mostly kind of taking into consent like what the general rule of thumb is for most live streams. Because I've been around live streams for a long time, so it's like thinking about like the most basic general rules that you could have for any live stream at all. I mean, the obvious is like, respecting each other in chat. Respecting the streamer, the mods, everybody. That one is the most basic. So, stuff like that. And I have Watson responding when I enter those commands. Eventually, I'm going to try to... I did look up into it. Like, there's a way to... there is a way to set it up where you can have the stream elements be given a name that I want it to have. There's a way to do that. And so I looked it up. I found out what it was. So eventually, a little later this month, I'm going to set that up. That way, stream elements will literally say Watson on it. It'll say Watson bot on it. And then I won't have to use it where Watson is indicated in those commands or anything. It will be, the bot itself will be, the elements bot will be Watson itself. That's the point. Because I want to immerse it in the whole investigator detective experience, So it feels different. It really does. I'm actually excited. I'm just looking how I look. How do I look? It's really interesting talking like this. It's really interesting talking like this. I was excited when I finally got this thing set up. Now I'm here testing it out, and I'm just amazed by how much has improved or anything. Yeah. And then eventually I'm going to customize my stream elements, aka Watson bot, on like what I want to restrict. But I'm going to go through it consciously and really make some decisions on what I want to bind. Like what words I really don't want to appear in the chat and what do I allow. I mean, we're all adults here, so it's not like I'm against every form of cussing. Like you say things like dead ass or badass or that's ass, bro. Or you might say a thing like, oh man, that's a bitch. There might be some words where I might not really be troubled by you saying in chat. It just depends on my decision, which is why I would say, like, if I made a decision and I ban certain words, don't complain about it. Don't debate about it. This is not a place to debate over that. If someone tries to debate over that, I'm not going to debate with you and argue over it. You may not like the fact that I have set something to be banned or muted, and that's your problem. So if I happen to set a word or so and say, nope, you can't say it here, don't argue and fight with me over it. Because if you start doing that, I'll just remove you. Because that lets me know you're not willing to cooperate. This is not a debate. This is not a place for debates. I even have a rule that talks about, political and religious debating here. No. I mean, there are themes where we can look at in games where there might be those topics could come up. But that's with the game themes. We're not trying to do like actual political debates. Here's the thing. I don't do politics here. That's the major thing. We ain't doing no politicking here. So there are channels and stuff that are all about politics, but here we ain't doing politics. Now, religion stuff depends. If we're looking at themes, that's one thing. Now, yes, I am a Christian myself, but I'm not here to try to debate or engage in any let me push this on you or anything. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to play games, have some fun, and have some fun time with you guys. You dig? So I ain't got no issues. Yeah, I don't be trying to push stuff on anybody. We're here to have some fun, enjoy the community, have some good gaming. Now, if someone were to have questions for me on some things, it depends on the questions. It really will depend on the questions. But, yeah, I'm not here to do any debates. That's off limits. Especially with the rules. I have a thing where even in the rules, you look in, you can find where it says nope, can't debate the rules. Sorry. You can ask for clarification, but there's no debating about it. Don't debate over it, okay? All right. I'm going to go get my charger and all that stuff. So I will pull another BRB and then continue more of the convo. More of the chatting. Okay. So just give me a second. Let's check this here and... Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. It's probably gonna take time to. There we go. Well, hello. Yeah, the mouth is gonna still delay a little bit, but it's okay. It'll get back to normal. But then it might look normal on your end there, and it might be. It just might be just doing that for a little bit, but it's okay. Okay. So let's get this started on the road here. Well, where do I even begin? Well, this little detective was born and raised in the place of San Ramon. I was kidding. I'd be like talking about like a detective story of how I was born. Not so actual detective here. Just a regular guy. Yep. There we go. See, the mouth is getting ready to normal. Well, anyway, well, it's funny. When I think back when I started live streaming on YouTube, it was just like. Funny thing, I wasn't even thinking about streaming on. I never even had the thought or even the single iota of idea of streaming on YouTube at all. I was just on YouTube. I already had a profile on YouTube for many years. So I never really bothered or wanted to stream on YouTube or make videos or content on YouTube at all. I just go on YouTube and check out stuff. In the olden days, you go watch an anime episode on YouTube. I mean, you could not watch an anime episode on YouTube these days. I was watching a Bleach episode one time on YouTube. A Bleach scene. Like, I was watching a lot of stuff. AMVs. GMVs. I mean, stuff is still around today. But, like, yeah, like, you watch all that kind of stuff. Funny, comical videos. Random, funny bits. It's just on YouTube for the sake of just entertaining myself. I didn't really start streaming or think about streaming until like I got a suggestion from my brothers because you see my brothers, they make content on YouTube. One of them be live streaming, the other one be making videos. Eventually I'll put like what I need to do. What I'm gonna do is I'll put their channel links in my description just for them. So, maybe I might put something in the timer like, hey, go check out my brother's streams. Because, or my brother's content. Because one of them does like these nice little DVD reviews. They like to review and look at like DVDs and collect. They like to collect and do reviews and stuff like that. And the other one usually just live streams video games. Just like I do. But they were doing all this stuff before I even started. So I didn't really start first. They were the ones who started before me. And it was one of my brothers that told me, hey, maybe you could stream, because I got a game. It was called Detroit Become Human. That was the first game I started streaming. Hey, you could probably stream it. You could probably, go on YouTube or something. And that was when I first started my stream. But it was out of curiosity, and it was also out of a little jealousy because, well, you see, my brothers, they were kind of being on the creative side of things. Like, because we were going to anime conventions, right? And I had one of my brothers, especially the other, they would, like, make these items. They would try to make themselves with, like, costumes and stuff. Like, cosplay stuff. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to cosplay. One of them liked to dress up as Deadpool. Good times. And then the other one did like this big box-looking anime character. I'm trying to remember the name of I think it's Yotsuba or something. Or is the big box figure in an anime. Yeah. It's like something flying is catching my cat's attention. She following it like the hawk. She's like, what is that thing flying around? But yeah, man, it's like it's just something that it's something that both of them would do. And then I followed suit and I started streaming. I started streaming Detroit Become Human, and yeah, that's how it was for me. And then I would stream using the PlayStation itself. I think we had the PlayStation. We didn't have the PlayStation 5 yet. We just had the PlayStation 4. And I would stream directly from the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I'm looking at the mouth is a little delayed there. Hopefully it fixes itself soon. But yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So me. They're trying to test it out. Or maybe here, let me do this. Let me see if I go like I mean, you're going to see something up. You're going to see something up here on the screen. Just like that. Yep. Yep. Okay. Just running my test. There we go. You just have to go back over and just go in the program itself and kind of reapply the mic. Just had to get it to work. Okay. Yeah. But I started streaming like I was streaming like in a living room setting too. I wasn't in my bedroom; it was the living room. That's where we had it, and I would stream the heck out of it. I would stream like games but at time I didn't think I was streaming. I was like I'm making a video, but then I realized I was live streaming, and then ever since I just said, you know what, this is more easy to chat with people because then it's real time. I didn't have to worry about trying to edit or make a video or nothing. And then so right then and there, just started streaming. And I would stream from there ever since. I started making videos with the video editor in the PlayStation itself eventually, but I would often just stream games. That's all I was doing. I started off that way. Eventually later I would do the PC streaming that you're now experiencing, right? Is that I'm streaming literally from my laptop. But before, I was not able to do that. Because I didn't have a capture card. I didn't have the face cam. I didn't have all the stuff I would have needed to accomplish it. But now I do. So, with what I got going on here, it took me a while to kind of get used to streaming on YouTube. I mean, I would even pose questions to like certain friends, people close, be like, yo, man, I'm thinking of doing this on my channel, this or that. I kept trying to figure out what my purpose was on my channel. I kept watching videos, taking advisements. I took this one YouTube course. You know, it was like so many things I was trying to figure out what to do. Find my purpose. And then work my way eventually to get this equipment I have now. But yeah. But yeah, this journey's been really something. You know, back in 2018 when I started doing streaming with YouTube, that's when I started getting into streaming on Twitch. This was in the fall. I think I started in November. And then from there, I continued for a couple months. Of course, that's when I met you, Haseo. And then eventually I would meet others. Well, I met others, and I met you, of course, and Gaming Wolf. I wonder how he's doing. I don't know if he's still streaming. On Twitch, wise. But yeah, I just went on there. I was like, hey. Yeah. So, but I went back to YouTube to stream. Because I mainly was on YouTube. I was more comfortable with YouTube. Doesn't mean I will never go back. I'm thinking of going back to stream on Twitch for a little bit. Especially with this new PNG design and everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I would try to stream on like... trying try to stream on like Twitch platform versus YouTube. It's a different experience, but I did stream on Twitch, and I actually didn't mind. I thought it was fun. I met some cool people there too. Some of them I've got the chance to see them after a while. Because it's been years since I visited. It's been like many years since I visited Twitch. Well, what's happening with Twitch right now, I don't know how long this platform will last. The Twitch platform, I don't know how long. Even YouTube is making some policy changes. Especially when it comes to one recently about like their handle is on violent gaming content. And I'm like, I need more clarity on that policy to kind of figure out what they're going to do. I hope they don't just ban like games with some element of violence outright. Because then that means they're going to ruin the gaming channels and everything, and that's not going to be good. What else is there? So, I think, so I just started, just on this journey of having to think of my purpose and then eventually get into game, streaming, get all my equipment now. Now I stream. Now I got to get a new cord or a new capture card because something happened where now I can't even stream my console stuff at the moment. So I got to get those things so I can definitely try to stream from my console again. I'll be honest, it was really something being in this journey. But eventually I would come to doing these analyses, that I want to do. But it got me to start really facing certain fears or concerns. Like, what if I'm wrong? What if I make mistakes? What if I end up coming to the wrong conclusions, And I'm like, I could make a mistake, but that doesn't mean I can't learn from it. So if I made a conclusion that wasn't well supported and I can tell, then I can learn, how to better have supportive evidence support it and stand by it. So I'm not easily swayed from that conclusion about the games that I play. But yeah, it's a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of thinking there. So what else can I say about my YouTube journey? I mean, I finally came to the conclusion that, because I want to, I don't know if the term is edutainment, like educate with entertainment, sort of, but it's more like I just want to inspire people. I want to bring joy to people. I want to, bring the joy of gaming to people and be able to have a nice community here. We can enjoy ourselves around the gaming and favorite games and stuff. That's it. And then doing the analysis stuff was like the fun part that I'm going to be doing. Combined with some good gameplay moments. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of both. You get your gameplay moments, epic gameplay moments and stuff that goes on in gaming and emotional moments and experiences. While also get the other side, which is the analysis part. So you get a bit of both sides of the coin. Two sides of the same coin for this channel. Yeah. That's what's up. So, with that coming into play and thinking on that, what else can I say? It also required me to come to face facts with certain things. Because I remember when I was streaming a lot, I would encounter all kinds of people. But one thing I needed to learn, the big hard lesson, is that I'm on the internet of all places. And any and every person is going to behave and act how they want to, regardless if they listen to me or not. Which is why it's important to always have principles, boundaries, have those set in place and not allow or put yourself in a position where you could be allowing or permeating or influencing wrong behavior. Especially when it comes to like thinking of like, oh, I want to give someone a chance. No, that's something I had to learn to stop doing. Giving chances, you know. Like the story of my life as a streamer was learning the hard way of not allowing certain types of behavior to continue from certain people. Come on, man, get away from the TV. So that's what's up. Like story-wise being, I mean, I've talked about this in some individuals before. But to make it a fair assessment of how I would speak about certain individuals' behaviors on my streams is the way I would say it is, for one, like, for example, the one person I'm already thinking of, the one user, there was that strong, cohesive desire to want to grow on YouTube. Want to find a way, figure out like what are some ways to grow. Like how can we grow on YouTube? How can we grow on YouTube together? Or like, yeah, like how can we grow? Finding support. Oh, he's a kitty. She wants a pet. The cat wanted a pet over here, so yeah, finding support. You know, people that can, there's so many videos where they try to provide advice for people who want to grow on YouTube. Having access and, you know, knowing those resources. Being supportive and also wanting to support the journey of growth on YouTube was something I can tell said individuals or so we're trying to do. Getting advice and everything, like it's like I want to grow. Now the reasoning was, well, because, you know, I want to be like, I'm famous. People don't like, you know, talking about fame, then getting paid on YouTube because of their partner program. If you get 1K subscribers, you get like you can get access to their paid program or monetization, so to speak. But it also leads to the criticism of behavior where, you know, the focus and why they do what they do can be a wrongful thinking that they shouldn't be exercising. So one of that being, you know, the whole fame thing, trying to get to that partner program, but then also doing whatever it takes, even if you want to violate TOS. Things like promo, self-promotion, shameless self-promotion is a term actually for it better. It's like the person just wants to try to find whatever means to try to get their name out there, their quote unquote content, aka product, to people, even if they have to use other people's channels and streams and content to do it. And that's the kind of thing that the person would do. And you know, it's like it could even be a form of flexing where it's like, you know, the person would talk about like the number of channel subscribers they keep getting, and it's like they're doing that in another channel, but it feels like it's just flexing. That's what a moderator said about the person I'm talking about, because they were apparently, because one thing I didn't know is that they were apparently one of the top moderator helpers or so of another channel, but I could tell they were using that channel to gain vantage for their subscribes and follows. You know, I think people will do what they can. Sub for sub was one of those things that you would hear a lot. Even spam botting. You know, like botting sub bots or not spam bot, sub botting, where a person can come up with like there's certain tools and stuff that exist where you're able to create bots as your subscribers. So there's not real people, it's just bots. You even create a lot of other accounts and fake accounts, or you could do like there were so many things that a person could do to try to get subs. They wouldn't want to do it the fluid, natural way. They didn't want to do it like that. They didn't want to do the hard way. They just want to be like, let's just get rich quick scheme. Yeah. So I hear my dad in there. He said something funny. Yeah. So it was one of those things where it's like I get the desire and will to want to grow your channel and everything, but it's wrongly placed, it's wrongly applied, and it's wrongly established. It's the wrong foundation, it's the wrong direction. And some of it is in violation of TOS because they don't like spamming and they don't like it when people try to do stuff like that. The fake, the promoting stuff and all that, like, and then going around spamming, like, they take that seriously. YouTube takes that seriously. I don't want people to sub for subbing too much. And comments and everything, chat. So it's like, yeah, they take that. Yeah, YouTube take that seriously. I'm sure Twitch probably take that seriously or something like that. But yeah, YouTube definitely. But that's what happens. Like, but I had to learn the hard way to deal with individuals that were like that. And I felt sorry for them. I really wanted to help them. I wanted to explain to them. I was really trying to work with it. But it's like, I remember I was new and I was dealing with those type of things, but I knew what to do, but I can't be trying to reason with someone who just doesn't want to listen, because that's the point where I say, all right, well, you're fired, ban. In other words, people who subscribe to me are pretty much my junior detectives or detective and trainees. So if you mess around, if you know the term F around and find out, you will find out once I kick you out of here. Out of my office, out of the agency. You won't be coming back. Trust me. You won't be coming back. And you wouldn't want to look into my eyes either, because if you look into my eyes, something's going to happen to you. I have azure eyes. Well, I have regular brown eyes, but my eyes can become azure, blue. Kind of color. They become azure, and they have like a starry, crossy like design, glow to them that if you look into those eyes, I'm not an ordinary, I'm an extraordinary detective. I'm not an ordinary detective. I'm an extraordinary detective. I have certain abilities that people can't comprehend. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to comprehend unless I explained it to you, but then again, I don't know if you'll be able to handle it, because maybe blood would shoot out your nose. You might even pass out, sir. But yeah, what I'm saying is that, yeah, I can't be allowing, it was important for me not to allow bad behavior like that. People who behaved unruly or chose not to follow the rules. And me, trying to give them a chance. I'm like, no, I can't be trying to give people like that a chance. Can't be doing that. So, so yeah. Yeah, you just can't be giving, it's one of those things, it's one of those things where you just can't be, giving too many chances like that. It's like once you violate the rules, and I can tell, depending on where you're at, if it's like an accident, oh, sorry, I didn't mean it, and it's accidental, and it's something minor, I might give you off with a warning, but then if you do it again, then I'm just banning you. Like, yeah, that's just me. It ain't no free strike rules here. It's either you get that warning or you get kicked out. But that's what's going on. Like, it's just learning to deal with the people on the internet, because I'm dealing with internet people. I'm dealing with people on the internet. And every one of them is are going to, even as adults, they're going to do what they're going to do. Decide what they're going to do. And then I got to be the one to manage that behavior with the principles and rules I have here. But yeah, what I was saying is, so I learned the hard way. There were times when I had rants about it a long time ago. I think Hossio, you were there. I was ranting about it when I played Mirror's Edge one time. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I mean, honestly, it got me all like, sheesh, bro. I remember that time when that one guy came in and was trying to talk to me, and he said something to you. I remember I stood up for you. I'm like, oh, you ain't gonna do that. But I'm like, back in my mind, it's like, I don't need to keep talking to this person anymore. Plus, the way the person talked was weird, and I kind of suspect it was probably the person pretending to be that individual username or something, because of the pattern, Because I did learn that apparently they might have been subbotting, and they did get kicked out or removed from another streamer. Another streamer that used to have him as like a moderator or partner, and so now they kicked him out because they discovered that the person was just using him for subs, and most likely they might have been subbotting and everything. So, and the person that was with them was kind of a toxic individual apparently, but it was an individual that I dealt with that I also had to ban. So it was like I had to learn it, in this journey. I had to learn, like, I needed to learn that. I needed to understand, like, understand the space I'm in. I'm on the internet, and anybody can come in and try to do whatever they want. So it's my job to put the ban hammer, use the rules to work. Otherwise, I don't put it to work. What am I doing? Right? So that's what's up. That is what's up. So lesson learned, So I learned to always uphold the rules and don't push on giving a lot of people chances. Just understand I'm dealing with strangers online. It's not like they're my immediate friend or anything. I just met them, or they're strangers, and who knows of how they behave and everything. That's why the rules and everything in place is going to put to the test if they're willing to be respectful individuals in my chat. Because if you're willing to be respectful in the first rule, you better be respectful in honoring the other rules either. So, Ted has got a hard work, man. Can't be distracted with this crap. It's like, ain't that right, Watson? I think I got something for Boris. Because Boris is another of my service bots. Let me see. I just chose the name. I could give him a different name, but that's the name I'm sticking with. Let me see if it does work. I think I spelled it right. Kind of made a funny dialogue there, where I respond to Boris. Yeah, I made a funny dialogue there. If you read it. Boris, he learns a lot of things. But, yeah. He also likes things. Especially involve a giant like him who can actually fight and cause damage. Muscle guy. Yeah, he learned a lot from Hulk, if you know what I mean. He learned a lot from Hulk. Let's just leave it at that. Now he won't stop saying a certain word sometimes, and it's just like, Boris, sometimes I really wish we can find a way to kind of set it up to where I'll get Fix-It to come and visit, and we can restructure that program that you got. Just say you just like to smash stuff. Anyway. Boris. Um. Oh boy. So just a couple more minutes. So yeah. So from this point on, up to my streamer life, it's just been me just working on my purpose, working on getting my content the way I want to, and up to this point now I have this design and everything, I'm gonna be doing more stuff like this. Now I have shown my face, so it's not like my face is completely hidden on my channel, so I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Don't mind. There are some people from PNG tubers and VTubers who have shown their face completely and still use the avatars. Sometimes they'll show content with their real face, and then other times with their avatar. It's just something they just decide to do. So I'm kind of like that now. That go-getter betweener, where I have my avatar and in some occasions my real face. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Um trying to think of something else to talk about regarding my streamer life. Yeah, the mouth thing is. Hold on. Hello. Yeah, it's still a little delayed thing I see. Not too worried about it. Yeah. So most of my streamer life was just me finding and figuring out my mission and purpose on here, and then also getting my personality together, getting my design together, getting like what do I want to present as myself. And the biggest thing that's come to mind is just the detective figure, and I've had this for a long time. I just haven't really gotten around to like making better designs around it. Now I have this. This is awesome. So more designs to come from this point forward. Um, I think when it comes down to like just like with where my life is, it's just being in a better place as best as possible, where I can have the advantage of resources, being able to accomplish what I'm doing. I got a lot of stuff to work on. One of the things is I'm doing is freelancing commission stuff. I'm starting to get more into the commission work stuff. I mean, there is like the job hunting stuff. I understand. There's some stuff, other stuff I still got to be working on. But yeah, the commission work is something I definitely want to be open to doing, because I have opportunities now, and I've had people giving me offers. The type of work that I've done is portrait art, especially with the charcoal. I have done portrait art with charcoal, black chalk, and then and I've used white chalk for lighting too. So I've done, and pencil. So dry media portrait drawings is what I've done. And then of course illustrations is another thing that I'm working on as well. So a certain type of art's work, but it's stuff that I'm working on. That's all I gotta say. But I gotta keep into the practice and habit of continuing my drawings and stuff, which is what I'm doing, to make sure that I keep my artistic endeavors at bay and not abandon them, so I don't find myself astray, not being able to produce the work I want to. Especially when there's commission works abound, cases, aka abound, for me to produce this stuff. You gotta have it. You gotta go. See? Yeah, see? But anyway, that's what's up. I think I have. Ooh, I think I have something here. I know that keeps popping up every time. I might have to change the number on that. Let's see. I think this works. They have a command for coffee. Next time I'll put a command for tea. Yeah, the @ user will be for somebody. I think it probably doesn't work for me because I'm the one in charge of the stream. But I think if anyone enters coffee, it should mention their username. But it's Boris. Boris is a very gentle servant, so he will serve coffee. He will serve. He's a very adamant, astute servant of a bot. But he's also willing to defend and fight as needed and as command. He's so strong that when they tested him out in this one field one time before he was put out to be a service bot, he did a lot of damage to some people. And let's just say they survived, but oh boy, the injury. Oof. One almost got their arm torn in half. Like, I mean, yeah, you can test it out. Does it mention your user? No. Okay. So I'll have to see if there's a. I think there's a way to. Oh no, there is a way to do that. I'll have to go to Stream Elements, see if I can make that change. There's a way to do that. I don't know if I did I delete it? No, it's still here. Yay! It's still here. It's still here. Hold on. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there it is. Watch this. Let me I'm gonna go in there real quick. $ sender. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So I just saved it. Yeah, it says $ sender. That should do it. Right. Haseo, go ahead and try it again. I just want to see if it will work this time. Yeah, I just want to see if it will work. Yeah, just use the exclamation point coffee one more time and see if it will mention your name in it this time. Hopefully it should. Yeah, it's one of those where you have to put the right bracket coding just for it to mention the person who sends the command, and then it should mention a name. If it doesn't, then I don't know what's going on. Oh, there you go. You see your name right in there, buddy? Yep, pour him a strong board Haseo strong cup there, Boris. Just don't give him too much caffeine. You don't want to know what happens. You too much. You get over analysis, but then you're gonna pass out, and we have to take you to the hospice down the road with Miss MJ, Mary Jane over there. No, really, that's her name, Mary Jane. Nurse MJ. Yeah. I mean, I haven't fully came with a lore yet. I mean, my lore is just, I'm just this detective here. I got these 3 servant bots. I visit cases involving these gaming worlds and stuff. And then I got like different characters that I just make up in my head regarding my world. He said, never too much coffee. All right. Yeah, Miss MJ. You have to answer to Miss MJ. If you drink too much, you have to answer to Nurse MJ. Just kidding. Mr. Fix It MJ. I just make up different characters. Some of these characters, if I make up for this detective world I have, I might actually draw them out of fun and say, "Oh, this is what Miss MJ looks like," you know. You know what Mr. Fix It in my world looks like, you know. Oh boy. Okay, looks like the timing is improving a bit. Good. Yeah, it just takes time to load up a lot of this stuff. Let me see. How many lines have been used up? Yeah. Maybe my timers should be active by now. I had like timers, so they might show up late. It takes a certain number of chat lines for them to be active. Which makes sense. I said it that way on purpose because, you know, if it's like, because, you know, I gotta have an active chat for the alerts to the timers to work. Otherwise, if it's not active, what's the point? Dun 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 dun. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, there might be more characters in my lore I might introduce later. Some of them are other type warrior type characters. Like there's this scientist guy there's a concept that I've been playing around in my head. Let's just say he's experienced a metamorphosis. Long story short, he was an experiment gone wrong, and then a metamorphosis happened. And now he is very fast and strong. And his hair kind of changed color. Let's just leave it at that. But he's not a scientist to mess around with, that's for sure. And then I have a half human, half vampire character that is a good friend of the detective. A domper, that's the term. I think it's I don't know if it's I don't know if it's Swedish folklore. It's because, you know, you have the half human, half vampire concept that's been around for a long time. You know, characters like Blade and Marvel and others, and Vampire Hunter D. So I have a Domper character that I may introduce later, but these are just conceptualized characters in my detective world and lore that I might explore a little. But it's not like they're definite. You know, they might change. Ideas are subject to change, of course. Then you have this assassin guy. I have this serpent or snake man. He's literally like, yeah, he's humanoid, but he's like a serpent man. But I call him Kicker because his kicks really hurt a lot. He's a kicker, literally. He's fast. He kicks. There's a lot of characters that I have in my head that I'm thinking of introducing, but I don't know definitively if I want to introduce those kind of characters or some other characters. And there's this one guy who has like a jewel on his head, but he's very telekinetic. He has psychokinesis, where he can lift telepathy and such, where he can lift up items and objects, throw them at others and everything. So there's like all these fascinating characters that's been in my head for like a very long time. So yeah, the cases I deal with aren't just like human, dealing with either the serial killers or any other, like there's humans, but then there are other beings I also encounter. And then some who become allies, and then some who are just different. So it's like a big world, a big lore. A certain VTuber that would be on they would be on YouTube drawing. Apparently they're just to change the subject a little bit. Apparently they it sounds like they're leaving, like they're probably graduating or ending, but I didn't see an announcement video or anything of them. Maybe they did have it, but I don't know. But it sounds like they're leaving for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know too much of the story. I have to find their vid or whatnot, and then try to see if it's what's revealed. I have to try to find it. Oh, by the way, yeah, the Halo thing, that's from Nier Automata. And I have the face mask that 9S wears. So it's not like a shadow. It's not just shadow under a hat. It's literally the face mask that 9S wears. Mainly because of my azure eyes. But I can literally see through this cloth. It doesn't really blind me. So, so I can actually see through it. No questions asked. Don't ask. Let's just say my azure eyes of truth allows me to see through it just fine. The azure eyes of truth. As blue as the sky, seeing beyond the stars. What is reality? I have a phrase for like if I use the eyes on a villain or someone, like, because it's almost like a Ghost Rider inspiration, where he would have this penance stare and he would say, "Look into my eyes. You are staying with the blood of the innocent." And then what happens is that all the sins of that person is like thrown at their face, and then they are passed out, or they're led to feel remorse or something. It's like it gets them. So my azure eyes is like of a similar effect. It brings the truth reality to their face so much that about them and everything that like it's like a rebound back at them. And it's like what happens to them after is going to be depending upon what they can take. They can either live or die. Or pass out at a hospital in a coma or something. It's like, or maybe be turned to dust out of existence. Yeah, these eyes are very powerful. So, let's see. So yeah, this is where I'm at. My detective stuff. I've now come to this point where now I have a good concept going for my theme of analysis and everything, but how I proceed from here on out with the streams and videos is bound to be what I do with this month. treasure with my hours and times to do what I need to do is very critical, because that's what's going to really determine how this will all end, or how this will all come to be for this month and the next, and then also next year. Because yeah, what I do now is very, very vital. I don't want to waste time on here, you know. So I gotta like really think about, like, if I want to approach analysis, how would I do it? And I think when I do it, it's got to do with, well, don't just think about like, well, here's what people already analyzed about the game, because there are lots of games that have already gotten analyses. So instead of thinking of it like, oh, I'm too late, I'm late, you know, look at it as, well, I'm the new face in this investigation, and I get to look at those games, and then I get to make conclusions with evidence gathering and intel. Thankful for Mouser, of course. Find out, well, what can I uncover in terms of truths, in terms of information, or in terms of ideas, theories, or such from the games that I've played. And how would I approach those? Very serious questions. How would I approach those? Hold on just a sec. I realize I have this command. Yeah, well, that's what happened in the automata world. A hint of existential dread. Especially when 9S learned the truth. Here's a glimpse of my analysis real quick, since I know I'm playing a detective angle. Part of my investigation and gathering intel can really point to the fact that 9S himself, coming to grips with feelings, with thoughts he had for about 2B, the female android companion who he's been with since the very beginning, that he himself would develop romantic feelings for her. With the exchange that the figure who is resembling by that name as Adam simply puts to him the statement of, so you want to bleep her. You already know what the blink is. You already know what the bleep is. And they're androids. So do they actually have those kind of organs to do that stuff? You think of like them androids. How are they able to function the way they do? Like they're actual, real, feeling-based people. You know, the whole electric, do androids or machines dream of electric sheep? Is one of those theoretical observations about the consciousness and the individuality and agency of machines. This whole sci-fi spiel you'll find in any book. Me, kind of like a technologist here, and have these servant bots. Do they dream of electric sheep? Perhaps. They can follow commands with ease, but there could be a potential of imitation of a self-mind of sorts. A ghost in the shell, a ghost in the machine, selfhood, consciousness. Kind of terms you can throw about with the machines and androids in the world of Nier Automata. Existentialism. But with a dreadful end, indeed, for the androids of Nier Automata. Mostly those who were part of the crew and all those of that ship. The director, the person who produced it, who designed it, kind of called the game kind of a weird story. Kind of thing. It was like a weird kind of. They kind of wanted it to be like something like a weird kind of direction. But it had definitely a big meaning on existentialism. You know. I tend to do a little wisdom tidbits here and there. I think not many people are thinking of existentialism as much in their lives, you know, like I kind of liken it to Mighty Keith's comedic skit where he it's himself, like he goes and he says, "Hey, we're hungry. We're thinking of getting some burgers. You want to come and get? You want to tell us what you want? You want to come and get some food?" And then the guy, he's playing Nier Automata on the screen. He's like, "What is food? What is that?" And even the guy, like during the convo, is like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" And he sees the screen and you see the butt side of 2B without the dress on. He's like, "Yo, you look, engaging with them booty cheeks? What's happening?" You analyzing the booty cheeks? What's going on? It was such a funny skit. And the guy's just like, the guy kept drawing on about like purpose, existence, and the guy he's like, the other guy's like, "I just want to get some food. I'm just hungry, man." Like, and then eventually he convinced the guy. And he's like, "Okay, you know what? You're right. I do want some burgers. Okay, let's go." And then I'm trying to remember what the other guy said. He said something, and he's like, "Whatever that something is, what is that?" And he's like, "Oh, come on." I mean, most people are just concerned with just wanting to go get food, just trying to survive, live day to day. They might not be thinking about, like, why am I here, you know? They might not be focusing on that question. That might be something that they might focus on later on, but hopefully not too late, but they might, like, think about it later, you know? It's not like a big rush, especially if the person's young. A way to also think about like something like like in a practical sense of existentialism is just thinking about like, well, what do I see myself doing in the next 5 to 10 years? You know, like where am I? Who am I? Who am I to become? What am I want to do for my life? Who do I want to become? What am I want to do? Those are the questions that would be the way to narrow it down. The question of like, why am I here? To like relegating it to like those things of thinking about your future as to what you can do right now to get where you want to go, and then start thinking about like, what more could I do in my life that's fulfilling? Kind of bring it on a practical sense, you know what I mean? Not too theoretical, but more on the practical sense of figuring out your future, of who you are to become and what you want to do in the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah. Simple, those basic questions you get a lot from career counselors and schools and all other places. That's how I look at it. Especially if someone's just more about like, and I wouldn't even be spewing that, especially if you know they're about to go get some food. Like, it's not like, you know, like someone wants to get some food, they're not going to want to hear all that. They just want to go they're just hungry. Like, that's why I thought that shit was just on point. It was just so funny because it kind of pointed to the fact, like, yeah, not everybody might be thinking on those questions. Because some people just want to go eat or just go do something. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking about this? Like, we just want to go eat. It could be a conversation for later, or it could be like something that only some people might think about if they want to. They don't have to. But yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, I do with my analysis. Just kind of look at those things. Kind of narrow it down, dumb it down a little bit, or just kind of talk a little bit on it in different ways, different experiences. I'd be thinking about who I am to become a lot of time. And I know I'm an organized individual. I do my best to organize spaces, organize things. It's just part of who I am, and I've come to acknowledge, like, yeah, this is who I'm, an organized individual. When I say that, like, yeah, I'm an organizer, and I always be aware and conscious of what I do to organize things because it's who I am, not because I'm just trying to become it. And learning to live as that identity. If I didn't believe I was a organized individual, I wouldn't care to try to organize. I wouldn't even bother to learn or master organization. Be wilding out, just spewing stuff everywhere. What else is there I want to do? What else to? Yeah, this has been the journey so far, and this is what I got going on, my designs and everything. This, I think, is the opportunity where I get to share a little bit of my update with my detective stuff. So as you can see, you see my outfit, you see my PNG. But another thing I've been working on was trying to get let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there he is. There's my Watson. So I'm going to see if I can so I have an image of Watson. So let me just get it ready in a moment. Yeah, let me see if I can get in there and excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm just trying to yeah, I know it's taking a little bit to load. What the heck? Yeah, so I'm just trying to work to get this. Just trying to get this thing working here. Okay. Yeah, it's just taking me a little time. Yeah, this thing is working mightily slow. I'm like, come on, man. Might be the PNG tube. I wonder if it's the PNG plus thing. That's probably why. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason. Yeah, I'm actually shocked. This is ultra slow. I think it's the PNG. Is it the PNG thing? Hold on just a second. What happens if I do this? Alright. I wanted to see if this speeds it up. I know, like, I left my chair, like, be right back. But yeah, it's just, like, so slow. Okay, let me see. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get the image on here. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? There we go. And there he is. Yeah, there is. That is my revamped Watson. Yep. Yep. That's Watson. Yeah, as you can see right there. Definitely has he definitely has a little more flair to him. Kind of like more structured mech components. The wheelie on the bottom, the tracks thing is inspired by Johnny Five. Good old film back in like I think it was the 80s or 90s. Was it 90s film? Yeah. That's what I based the design off of. And you got those spherical head and the body and stuff. Yeah, it's like sort of like a gem thing or some kind of design on its back. It's not really a gem or anything, but it's like a design there. I call it a nice red herring. Something that might be a lore I'll eventually drop on the Watson later once I figure it out. But yeah, I gave him a nice little top hat. Yeah, my Watson bot right there. More to come because I'm going to redesign, kind of do a makeover with Mouser and then Boris. I do like Boris's design, but I want to kind of look at some very tall, strong machines and robots concepts and then kind of see if I can get a good idea of how I would make Boris as is. Boris is its name right now, but if I change the name later, I will. But that's what I want to give Boris. But yeah, Mouser will be redesigned. My special drone will be designed later. And it's a type of drone that's actually automated, doesn't need a controller. Khan Uzi's father. Remind me who Khan Uzi was again? Oh, Uzi. From what's that? What was that animated series again? Made by Glitch. Yeah, that series. Yeah, because her father had the mustachio. He had a mustachio. Yeah, it kind of reminds you of that. Be careful. I mean, Watson might give you shock therapy. That's one of his special attacks. Shock therapy. It's both an aid and a stunner. Like a taser, like get knocked out. But also it could be used to revive someone if their heart gave out, and use a shock therapy and clear, boom, and they revive him. That's why that thing on the back is kind of like almost like an electric conductor type thing or something. But the electricity is flowing from inside it. But that thing I say is a red herring because let's just say it's not. It seems like it's a conductor, but it's not like it's its weakness or anything like that. But it's like something to do with a certain symbol or something I'm thinking of, where Watson's story comes to play around it. There was a time when Boris lifted Watson on this one enemy we were fighting, and he threw him really, really hard, and Faye threw him hard so much that, but at the right angle, Watson was able to do a literal track drop kick on the guy. Like, literally. One of the track legs just hit him right in the face. Oh, man, that had to hurt. And one on the chest or something. That had to hurt. It's like, tracker drop kick. Even though I totally made that up. It didn't happen. Okay? I just made it up. Just go with the flow. Let's go with the flow of the story. We're just going with the story. I kept thinking like, oh, I wonder what attack I would give names, like what attack names I would give characters like Watson and Boris, like what attacks would I give them, you know? So like he got shock therapy. And he got a couple others. I even have a party system, like an RPG. It's like I'm the main, Watson's the support, Boris the muzzle, and Mouser the intel. We're ready to engage. It's my party. I know, I'm just looking at it. I'm just admiring it right now. Just staring at it like, oh man, this is looking nice. I mean, it's a concept right now of how I'm having him look. It's not like definitive. So it's not like, oh yeah, this is his official design. You know. The design could be done in any other way, shape, or form, but this is just what I came up with. But it looks nice. So let me go ahead and put it right there. But Boris and Mouser's official design revamped look will be coming soon. I might be able to do like a PNG thing where, let's say I have like literally Watson next to me or Mouser, or I can interwove and be like having them like different parts of the screen. Like I might have Mouser on the upper right corner, you know, saying random quotes or something like that, or something. You got like Boris on one end, and you got Watson maybe with him or right next to me. You know, it's like my service bots, man. But yeah, the update is like, yeah, with my detective thing, it's just I got in the design, I got a look, I got like an idea. I kind of got to something. Now I don't have like a full on like, oh yeah, is this my backstory kind of thing. All I know is so far I have the whole thing with the Azure Eyes thing, look into my eyes type thing. But I don't really have like a full on, oh, this is the story of the detective, thing worked out. So I mean that's something that's TBA or not like under construction and will be figured out eventually. But this is what's mostly been it. This is what I got so far. I mean, I'm glad this is fitting to my whole analysis angle that I'm doing for my channel. But I got to play this cards right as this detective and everything and try to figure out how else I, carry out this channel forward. I mean, looking at it right now, like, I don't know. It just feels like it's not as... Oh, cool. I mean, so far, like, it's just getting back to the understanding and the basis of, okay, how to improve my channel with what I got. What kind of content I want to engage more of. And how I would push this channel's operations within this whole YouTube algorithmic space. I do have some books that I'm reading right now, and I got some books that are also for YouTube growth and understanding that I'm learning and studying right now. So there's things I'm already looking into. There's things I'm already taking into account and considering. I just got to position it now with my channel with how I can do this best. So that way my channel is best promoted. Anyway, welcome to the channel, the agency, the headquarters, with your host, XP here. Yeah, this is me. I'm actually proud of it. I'm proud for this design, bro. I'm very, very proud of it. Move it around. Whee! It'd be like, what? It's like, where did I place this thing? Right. You just play it right there. Yeah. I was designing the chair and everything, kind of just having him right here, my timers haven't shown up. Interesting. Maybe there's not enough chat lines. I don't know. I think what I'll say is this. Like, if I want to end this best, is that, I think it's just important to, it's important to, you start figuring out what you want to do in the year's time that you have this channel, the channel you work with. It's really going to be the determining factor for how you then carry out the next steps. Because at the end of the day, what you decide to do next is going to be the steps that you take that's going to get you where you want to go. Having this design, everything has fulfilled within me that creativity, and now I'm exploring my creativity and bringing it out in the open more. My artistic endeavors is coming out in the open, and that's the wonderful beauty. That's the beauty of all this. So I'm grateful, appreciate it. And I thank you, Hasio, for being around my channel the most. Appreciate it, buddy. So you a good detective right there. You getting in the intermediate level, maybe even expert level detective. But there will be others. There are others around. It's just getting myself back on the focus and just making sure I understand, like, what do I do to make this channel better? I mean, I got this nice design. I got this stuff going on here. But the actions I take next is what's really going to be important. Do I have time to do this? Hold on. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to do this during my live stream because honestly, I mean, I'm looking at the delay with my mouth movement. That's happening a lot. So maybe I'll do this off stream with my PNG avatar, just like, whoa, what's going on here, you know? Because there's been some trailers that have come out, but I haven't really took time to react to them. If it isn't my friend and my buddy, Dante King. What's up? I see you. Nice. I see you. Right. You truly see me now. Yeah, this is this is me. I can even remove this anytime. Bring it up. Yeah, but I'm sitting here in my comfy chair, just relaxing, settling back, just doing a nice work, man. It looks really good. It is. It definitely is, man. Yeah, it just took me some effort to work on it, and now I get it to do what I need to do. Just talk, and I got the mouth opening, got all that stuff. Yeah, just nice, simple, basic editing and setup, animating in the program. Yeah, was it PNG Tuber Plus? I think that's what it was. Yeah, that's what allowed me to do this. Yeah, where did my cat go? Miss Jinx, you around here? Yeah, I guess my cat is somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if you're still here, yeah, at least I can show you this. Hold on. This is no. You stay right here. You're not jumping out of that chair, detective. Okay, you're supposed to stay right there. Okay, you got an important case here. At least I get to show you my Watson. This is my version of Watson. He's a machine. Service bot. I got two others. This is just one of them. Yeah. Yeah, you say you're here? Yeah. So this is Watson right here. Yeah, that's my Watson. The wheelie tracks on the feet and everything is based off of an old film I used to watch. If you know and you're familiar with it, Johnny 5. I used that to make the feet, the wheel, the tracks, everything. You love the design? Yep, that's right. Yeah, this is Watson with the top hat and everything, man. As I was telling my buddy Ase, I was like, yeah. Also, be wary. I gave him ability. He does something called shock therapy, where it's called shock therapy because one, you use it to help revive people if their heart gives out, but you can also use it to stun people, like Pikachu, stun you. If someone tries to cause trouble, you can shock you to passing out or something. Yeah, but yeah, this has just been my journey, man. It's just getting myself out there and doing my artistic endeavors, everything. So this PNG design is just the start. This whole thing I've made is the start. Yeah, Johnny 5 is my faves from all the back in the day. I think it was like two or three movies. Man, I used to watch a lot of that all the time, man. I miss it. Yeah, you can probably put up here. Yeah, but I designed all this stuff you see right here. I mean, you can get the references when you look at them. This is my little inspection time wall. You know, like they have like an inspection board or like a detective board. So this is my own little board right here. Yes, keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you, sir. That's right. I just got to keep up the great work, man. So this allows me to now continue for the next month or two to... And I know I'm going to be blessing a lot of people with my work. I know after this, there's going to be more people that are going to be wanting to... Like, I'm already got like, you know, there's already someone else who was thinking of wanting me to do a portrait for them at some point. They said they would kind of eventually come back, contact me a bit, you know, maybe make like a nice drawing for them. Even my dad was like, hey, you can make this for me for Christmas. So, like, I'm already, like, getting those kind of commission opportunities. But as I'm starting to, like, kind of push my stuff out there and then showing my work and everything, you know, it comes to a point where people are probably going to want to demand more of what I do. And be like, hey, you know, you can make this for me. You can make that for me. But most definitely the portraits is the thing I'm doing. And then, like, the illustrations, another thing I might be doing as well. So it's just centering my work. Yep. Yeah, but you see that. They said, let's go. That's awesome, right? See, a lot of blessings, man. I'm just glad that this is happening. It's just a lot of work that I'm doing. A lot of stuff, you know. So I know there's doors opportunities are opening, so that's great. I know it's kind of funny. I look on the corner there. I did like the Persona 5 reference on the corner with the calling card and everything. Oh, it's so hilarious. Mr. Fix-It. Yeah, there's a bit of a lore stuff I'm building around my detective. That's kind of a little fun that I might be doing a lot of. Because I got like a different characters in my head that fit my world. So, you know, you might be seeing some nice things I might be doing with some characters down the road. Kind of build my own little world building and story of the life of this detective. It ain't no ordinary cases he's dealing with. I mean, yeah, you saw that? Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Fix-It is the kind of guy who will fix anything. He will fix anything. That's his number. Yeah, there's a guy, his name is Fix-It in my world. I mean, there were different characters. I want to call like a nurse MJ, Nurse Mary Jane. I just made that up. Nurse MJ. Not the Mary Jane in Spider-Man. This is a different MJ. But But she's actually cool because she used to be, well, let's just say she was part of a crew that back in the days had these weapons, and hers was a certain type of rocket launcher or rocket propeller launcher that she used. She was a cannon type gal. That's all I gotta say. She was good with rocket launchers and explosives. That's her special dealing. And now she's a nurse. So you can say she's a bit retired, but that doesn't mean she can't ever use her weapons again. So, yeah, I just have like interesting characters in my world. Yeah, I see you laughing. I know. I just be making up these characters, man. It's like Fix It, Mary Jane. I got so many characters. It's crazy. I got two other support bots, like you know, what is it, like Watson. There's a big, tall one I have named Boris. That's the only name I came up with him. I couldn't think of any other name. And then there's a small, cute little drone that automated and flies on its own, but does listen to commands. And I named it Mouser because it's like a mouse. The way the shape looks, it's like reminds you of a mouse, the face of a mouse. It's just thumb thing that also tends to happen is I guess maybe I don't know if it's a defect in its programming. It tends to make the mouse squeaky sound sometimes. That's why we gave it the name Mouser also because of that sound. Ugh. It's like beep, beep. It's like I'm over here like Watson. Where's my coffee? I ordered it like 5 minutes ago. That's good. Yeah, I mean, this is what I got, man. I mean, it's just me just having to come to realize what I want to do on here and just having this nice detective figure and everything. Just doing all this nice stuff. And if you've seen this guy named Goro Majima in the upper left corner up there, you let me know. Apparently, there's a sighting saying he's like, I guess I got some report of some sightings of someone that looks like the figure above there. I guess they're like a captain of a pirate ship, which is strange because we haven't seen pirates like that in years. So we're gonna have to go out, maybe get a ship out and maybe see if we can go to the area where they've been found and maybe we can find this person. If you know what I'm referencing, is because it's a certain game that came out, you already get the joke. Yeah, that's about it. I think it's like this is just a lot of stuff I've been through, but it's just my journey. It's up to this point, and now this is where I'm at. So now it's just carrying over the next steps. What am I going to do next? You know, what's my goals? What am I trying to do here? I'm a detective after all. I got to be playing these games, making cool content. So content-wise, it's two types. You have lore and game analysis, and then second type is the more of the gameplay moment sharing, where I share like moments of my gameplay. Some can be awesome, epic, and others can be funny. Yeah, you recognize the reference. Yeah, you get it. You recognize the reference. Yeah, it's hilarious. I took the opportunity to do that, you know, with all these post-it notes like like, oh, what does this unlock? You see the key up there. You got like, you got like all this stuff that I put up there. Mysterious chat log, everything. Just a reference. Yep, so yeah. So that about covers that. But yeah, it's just kind of now centering my content so it kind of fits to what I want to do. But this week, what I'm going to need to figure out is, okay, how do I want to carry out live streaming? And then if I want video content, how I want to do it. I already did a recent video I posted from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. If anyone hasn't checked it already, do check it out. It's where I posted my final battle against the Turks. Good question. Most of the games that I might be analyzing on here will be mostly RPGs and JRPGs. Mostly those type of genre, that type of genre. Though I am open to doing a few other kinds. Depending on, it just depends on if it's a game I really like and I'm like, ooh, I really want to analyze this. So like, especially if they're indie games, because indie games have the potential, because they're independent, they have the potential to carry over any themes and ideas that normally you wouldn't be kind of seeing in most AAA games. Because the freedom of indie gaming is you can then design the game your way, but in a way that kind of goes into deeper subjects. Like I've seen indie games played on YouTube that explore very strange, interesting subject matters. Some even more deeper that kind of explores certain aspects. Like there was this one game that literally where all you do is you end up in this strange, like a bar or some kind of, I think it's a bar or something. And you find like these people in this place and you can talk to each and every one of them. But what you find out is that every one of them has suffered some kind of trauma. And so has your character. But the thing is, when you interact with these characters, you get to make dialogue choices. And then here's the interesting part. You could choose to leave that place or stay. But if you leave, you will end up facing whatever trauma you have, which is deep. Because then it explores the psychological impact of trauma on the sign of, are you willing to face your trauma, confront it, not be afraid, even if it hurts? Or are you willing to hide, retreat, try to reason and rationale, avoiding the trauma, and probably even go crazy as a result? So there are games like that exist. I remember finding that game. There was one that also explored there's like some games that explored some other subject matters that and then some are like indie horror, but you got some indie horror, but you also got like some other type of games. They do explore certain subjects. Another obvious one is Undertale, because of the subject matter of the whole gaining experience points, but like, and the heart thing. But the thing is, you get to decide on whether you want to be pacifist or the term genocide route, which is if you want to gain experience points, you're going to have to take out anyone and everybody. So it's like you got like games that really explore certain angles and themes and directions that are very deep that you won't find in most AAA games. So I might do some analysis of indie games, which I would love to do, and some RPGs, JRPGs. Now, I've played a little bit of horror. Silent Hill series is one of the horror games I've played next to Resident Evil. And I tell you, Silent Hill got some really deep subjects that, like, psychological and everything, they're just like very, 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 very deep and dark. Depending on which one, because there's different installments. But like, yeah, there's a lot of exploration opportunities. But like, I may not analyze too much horror on here. I mean, there might be like maybe one or two, but mostly RPGs, JRPGs, and indie games. If there's other games I might try to analyze, it's just be by choice. Now, how I go about it is something I'll have to think about. Either video format, live stream. I've already wrote down some ideas, but I got to look at these ideas and then explore it more and then decide how I would approach it. There are videos in which people do something called video essays, where they literally have like a certain question. Because an essay, you're having like a research question, a theme you're trying to look at, and you're using the evidence and information you gather from the game or books and resources alike together to then analyze and then come to a conclusion regarding that theme or whatever it is you're trying to look into. And it's like you're forming an essay on the game in the video. Some people do, I've seen some people do this. There's someone who literally did like a PowerPoint. It's like a presentation PowerPoint analysis of a certain cartoon or show. Some people do it in the form of a live stream or do it in the form of a video. So I want to do, I'm thinking of doing PowerPoint method. So, you know, if I do a PowerPoint presentation through a live stream, that would be really something. So that's something I'm thinking about. Or I could do it in a video format. Because I can do it. See? Yeah. And I was I'm over here like, it's like, what am I, Dick Tracy? Like, I just need the yellow looking. I mean, this is a tannish. I need a yellow looking church coat. I need the right outfit, and I look like Dick Tracy. Okay. What that one villain said in that movie, he said, there was a time when he near the end, he said, he's like, wait, I had a thought, and it's gone. I'm like, come on, dude. I don't remember the actor who played that villain guy. That was funny. I remember the person who had like the no face, but you found out it was a woman. So it was like, yeah, I did. I remember that film. Yeah. So I guess it's just the logistics. The logistics of it all is what I got to figure out. Mm-hmm. Where is my... Hold on. Where's my... Hold up. Because I got like commands right now. I'm like, where is my coffee? Let me enter it in the chat real quick. Should work. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Boris, for pouring the nice coffee. Watson was taking too long. It was like, Watson, you're supposed to deliver my coffee. What gives? Boris had to do it for you. Sheesh. That's hilarious. Okay. And then when I do my announce, I can have this book out. The Halo thing is from a game called Nier Automata, and then the face. Then underneath my hat is a face mask, but it's based on Nier Automata. That's a game I played. Nier Automata is a game that focuses on existentialism. That's been analyzed so many times, and I've seen video essays on that. That's one of those games, those serious themes. Explores machines and androids on the subject matter of existence. But, okay. Well, I think I'm looking at the time. I think I'm going to call it... I think I'm going to call it a night. You like the book design? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was thinking like, well, I wonder how I would design the book. So I was like, let me do it like this. You know, I gave it a nice color, and the glow is mainly by the Halo thing. So, yeah. Yes. You turn the page, see, and you wash your hands. You turn the page and you wash your hands. Then you turn the page and then you wash your hands. Gosh darn it, I watched too much. I watched too much Rocko's Modern Life. Come on. You get the reference. The turtle guy. You turn the page and then you wash your hands. Hossio says, yeah. Yeah. Turn that page and you wash your hands. You got to be careful. Especially if you're delicate at collecting items like comic books or anything, you know, have that nice plastic gloves, handle it. But if you need to wash your hands, just go wash your hands and you do it again. You take care of it. Sometimes you have to lick the thumb and the finger and you like turn it and then it's like, oh man, I got to wash my hands again. I don't want to do that. Okay, well, I think I'm good. I mean, I've shared a lot earlier. This has been a long stream. It's like 2 hours now. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I don't know what else I want to talk about. What else I want to talk about? I think that's it. I shared a lot about my life. I shared a lot about how I got here. I shared a lot about my design. A lot of stuff earlier. So I'm like, I don't want to bear repeating. But there will be some gameplay. There will be some stuff on here. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna approach a lot of this. Because I mean, the analysis thing is one thing, but also the gameplay. I also got to figure out how, what I'm going to do this week. So I'll be trying to concoct a schedule or try to figure out what I'm going to do next this week. And I might see which topic idea I want to explore. I might do it in a PowerPoint presentation. You'll see something. I got something cooked up. I just got to think about the game that I played and then try to see like what I want to do in exploring that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I gotta stop doing that. Sorry. Stop doing that. Okay. You gotta hold back. You're not a hard-boiled detective, okay? You're a regular, special, extraordinary detective. You're an extraordinary detective, okay? This is not film noir. This is not. Okay. I know film noir was like one of my favorites. Anyway, yeah. So in this case, I gotta say is thank y'all for those who stuck around, those who got to hear my story or got to hear how things have been, what's happening now, my updated designs of stuff. Boris and Mouser will be in the works. I mean, Watson just needs more tune-ups. And then get him colored and everything. You know. And then try to get more of these designs going. And then, yeah. Yep. And then, well, once I'm done with that and everything, there's also, like, my schedule design. I'm probably changing that. And then vice versa. There's so much more designs. A lot of designs. For real. For real. Okay. Yeah, I'm a funny guy on here. You're going to get a lot of funniness on here a lot. I mean, I'll say some really good... I mean, I don't know about a lot of jokes. But, I mean, there'll be, like, some funny stuff I could say. All right. So in that case, thank y'all for being here, hearing me out. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Please, it helps support when you hit the like button, it tells the algorithm like, hey, this content is actually good. Let's see if we can pass it around to other people and they can check it out. And whenever someone likes, comments, or like engages with like content, it kind of nudges it to the algorithm, YouTube's algorithm piece, or nudges it a little further, and it'll, start thinking about, oh, this person looks like it seems to have some traction, and we could probably bring out to more people. We have a certain audience, or certain demographic, which is good. Very, very good. Yeah. So everyone, thank you so much. You said have a good night. So yeah, so Dante King, thank you for stopping by, bro. I'm glad you like my designs. I'm glad you like how I'm doing things. You know how you do. Yeah, detectives got to do the work. You got to have the case, and you got to solve it. Okay. You know, I'm catching a case and I'm barely having a break. They give me too many cases. This book is too big. I got too many cases to deal with. I'm very busy, man. I'm a very busy man. Okay. But all in all, you take care of yourself, bro. I mean, the way I'm going to refer to people here on my channel, when people subscribe to me, I refer to them as either junior detectives or detectives in training. Depending on how long some people here, I might probably have ranks. Like, oh, here's an intermediate novice detective, intermediate, and then there's an expert detective. There might be a master detective, extra. I mean, I don't know. I'll think of that. I'll think of something. But yeah. Thank you so much for dropping by, bro. Much appreciated. You have a good night, sir. Hot Sale, thank you for dropping by. You have a good night yourself. Everybody, peace out. Detective is going to dismiss the case for today. And have a nice, good rest. And hopefully, everything is good and good, written good stuff. There'll be more additional things I'm going to add on here for my, hopefully my overlay stuff. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Get some good rest. And we'll definitely concoct some good stuff throughout this week. Wonderful top to the night to y'all. Tip of the hat. I mean, I can't grab the hat, but I'm just saying tip the hat. The hat is tipped. And then wonderful peace, y'all. God bless. Take care and good night.